We are live. Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, ladies. Hey there. It's Anne Marie, BaldGirlWillTravel, and Michelle Wedderburn of Casa ELM in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. And as I have been hinting for the last couple of days, Michelle and I are going live today to make an announcement about a collaboration we're going to do. A little background. Michelle and I give Michelle credit for me living in Mexico. I tell people that all the time. I would have never picked the town where I live if it hadn't been for Michelle, right?
Mm,
And Michelle and I always have been talking about we should do a collaboration. We should do a collaboration, and we've just never gotten around to even discussing it because
yeah,
both of us are very busy all the time. And I
sure.
finally was like, I have got to make this happen. I went to did like a I was walking through actually, Michelle, I didn't even tell you this. I was walking around, Day of the Dead. I
Mhm.
think it was the first night, November 1st, with a mutual friend of ours whose name I won't say because I don't know that she wants everybody on YouTube to know who she is, but you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
And we were walking around, and I think we had gone. I don't remember why we went there. I don't think we went to see the offerendas initially, but
Mhm.
when we got there, I was like, "Oh, have you seen?" She was like, "I've never seen these before." And I was like, We should definitely walk around." And I'm looking at it, and I was thinking, other people need to see this, right? And I'm always describing what the Day of the Dead is like,
Mhm.
but it's hard to describe to people who have not seen it. And that was when I was kind of like, I would like to bring people to San Miguel de Allende specifically to participate in the lead up to the Day of the Dead and also experience the Day of the Dead. Um, the Day of the Dead has a lot of significance for me because the last one I actually participated in, my best friend was there with me, and now
Mhm.
she's not here anymore. And so I was always like, I want other people to experience it because I remember how much she enjoyed it and how much fun she had when she came for it. And so me and Michelle talked. Hi, Gwen. Hi, pretty brown eyes. Um, and decided, finally got around to like mapping out a meetup in
Mhm.
San Miguel de Allende for the Day of the Dead. So our big announcement is, Michelle.
It will happen on October 29th through November the 3rd. And I will be hosting anyone who wants to stay here. We'll have events here and all the good things. We'll get more and more details. So I'm very excited that we are finally doing this. And also on one of my favorite holidays, which is also super significant as well. And it's significant for me that I was able to meet your best friend during one of the celebrations that we had here for Day of the Dead. So I'm very excited.
Yes, Pretty Brown Eyes asked at Casa Elm. So yes, we
Yes.
will be hosting Day of the Dead, and Casa Elm will be the primary accommodation for it. And we will be hosting events at Casa Elm. We will be throwing a Day of the Dead celebration and party at Casa Elm. And so I am really excited about it. One of the first things I ever did when I came, the first Day of Dead I ever did was when Michelle invited me, when I had just moved to San Miguel,
Right.
and we went to the Day of the Dead. I still have those pictures. And then she did this really great party in 2022, and we
Mhm.
had so much fun. It was like a whole group of us women that were together. And then after the party, we went downtown. There's a huge parade that happens in San Miguel, and you see all the people in their costumes and their face painted, and it's really wonderful. And you also get to see all of the offerendas or the altars that people create to commemorate the lives of the people in their families who are no longer with them. And so I really think it's a wonderful holiday. And I love the way that Mexican people celebrate and acknowledge death in a celebratory way. While it's happy, it's sad at the same time, but it's also a very much joyful celebration. It's a really wonderful thing for people to experience. And so I think it would be great for more of us as Black women over 40 to come to somewhere in Mexico that is not Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Playa del Carmen. I'm not knocking those places, but I just always feel like Mexico is so much more than those places. And I always said that if I was hosting anything in Mexico, it would not be in one of those places because I really would want to get people out of the beach tourist hubs and into another part of Mexico. And San Miguel is, I mean, a destination in and of itself. It is considered to be the best small town in the world by Travel and Leisure for years and years and years. So people do come here, but I still feel it feels has a more authentic Mexican feel than you're going to get in Cancun, for example. So I've always wanted to bring a group of women here. And so now, with the help of Michelle and collaborating with her, we're going to be putting together an event in San Miguel where both of us will be hosting it together. So you'll get to spend time with both of us. The main headquarters will be Casa Elm. And I'm just
Mhm.
going to say up front, Casa Elm is going to host a limited number of people in terms of accommodations
Mhm.
overnight. So when we drop the link for booking, if you know you want to stay at Casa Elm, you need to book right away to get your spot. I will be dropping a link to a wait list in the description of this video, and I will be sending the link out to that wait list as soon as we're ready to accept booking before it goes out to other people. So again, if you know that you seriously are interested in participating in this meetup, which will be October 29 through November 3rd, 2025, as soon as I drop the link in the description of the video, and I will drop one in my YouTube community tomorrow as well. I highly recommend that you sign up on the wait list because I will be sending the link for booking to the people on the wait list before it goes out to everyone else. And we will also be doing an informational Zoom after we open up for booking to give people more information about how everything is going to work and share the itinerary and so on. And that, of course, will also go out to people who are on the wait list and who have also already booked for the trip. So, if that's of interest to you, we would love to have you come to San Miguel and enjoy spending Day of the Dead, Halloween, and the Day of the Dead with us here. It's a really great time to be in San Miguel at that time of year. And it's kind of hard. I'll be sharing more videos on my channel, but it's
Mhm.
kind of hard to explain it to people who haven't seen it. I remember like telling my friend she needed to come. And when she came was when she was like, okay, I understand what the big deal is. But unless you actually experience it, it's hard. Even when you say videos and pictures, you really have to like see everything for yourself. And so we're going to be doing we're going to also be introducing people to things in San Miguel that we love doing, like we're doing winery and wine tastings and a hot spring excursion, as well as having the Day of the Dead event at Casa Elm. And we'll also be having a welcome dinner at Casa Elm for everyone who's participating. So it's going to be a really great week and a lot of fun. And so we hope that as many people as we can accommodate will be able to join us. We are planning to have a total of 12. So it's not going to be a big group. We are keeping it small intentionally. So, as I said, when we drop the link, if you know you want to participate, we highly recommend that you book early and not wait till the last minute, especially if you want to stay at Casa Elm. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Anybody
definitely.
have questions? Hi, Aaliyah J, Bonnie, Kenya. Hi there. I didn't see your names before. Yes, Kenya, I'm very happy about the collaboration as well because I've been trying to get on Michelle's calendar for a minute. She's very busy. She's
Yes, I
very
am.
busy. She
Yes,
stays
I
busy between
am. You're
managing
busy
Casa and
too.
everything else she has going. She's a very
Too.
busy woman.
Marie is never here, so never
That's
here.
true.
I have to ask her, are you here? Are you in town? But I'm excited about this collaboration. I'm very excited to host Dia de los Muertos again at my house, Day of the Dead. I did not do it this past year just because I wanted to have some quiet time also for myself because my dad passed on Dia de los Muertos last year. So this year I decided to keep it kind of quiet and just honor him. But it is a beautiful holiday and a celebration where you can really sit down and reflect and honor your loved ones. It's not just only about the fun part, which is amazing, but it is also a time for us to, bring our memories forth and share with others if we want to. So a part of that day, we will have a table, which is an altar, and this is very traditional in Mexico, where you can bring photos of anyone that you've lost and you can post them there. You can bring or buy little things that are symbolic to them. Maybe it was something they like to eat. with my dad. He loved to eat food in general, but he loved coffee, donuts, and things like that. So that's just a general idea of what the day is about. And during the event, we will take some time to honor our loved ones, in addition to having the fun, having the makeup artists, doing pictures, and all the things that we normally do, which you'll also get as a gift, a parting gift as well as a part of the event. But we make a full day out of it, and then we are able to go into Centro and see all of the amazing doorways that are designed and the altars that are created to celebrate this holiday. It is really, really beautiful and incredible. So I'm excited to do this. I'm very excited to host people at my house on a regular basis, especially you guys. I have been on one of Anne-Marie's trips. She does an amazing job. So her bringing people to San Miguel, where we live, is really beautiful. And I'm sure that it will be just as spectacular as all her other events. I went to the one in
Jamaica.
February to Jamaica, and I had
We had a time. We had a time.
a great time. It really inspired me to go back, and I'll be going back in a couple of months. But it was one of those things where the timing was all right. And I thought, well, you know what? All right, let's go. Let's do this. And when I got there, just the way everything was well put together. So I just want to say, thank you for that experience and commend you for always bringing women together to enjoy things that you also enjoy, places that you enjoy, and also now bringing people to San Miguel, because we live here and we absolutely love living here. Living in San Miguel is almost like a vacation. So I'm excited to host you all for this event.
It's going to be very nice. Thank you for saying. Yeah, Michelle came to Negril, Jamaica in February. Yes. We had a ball. Let's just leave it at that. We had some grown woman time and we had fun. Big fun. And it was a really great group. And Michelle is actually from Jamaica. So to me, that her family is from Jamaica. So to me, that was very high praise when she said she had a good time, because Michelle don't need me to go to Jamaica and have a good time. So when she said she had a really good time, it really made me happy, because that said to me, I did a good job. Because anyone, other people would not necessarily know Jamaica as well as her. So I was really glad that she enjoyed herself, but we had a really good time. And you all are going to have a ball in San Miguel, because we're going to do all my favorite things that I love to do here, go to all my favorite restaurants. I've already talked to the host of my favorite restaurant in San Miguel, and she's very excited that I'm planning to bring a group there that makes my signature favorite drink. Michelle knows what I'm talking about. And so I'm really excited about hosting people in the town where I live. And hosting them at Casa ELM, which was one of my favorite places to spend time. Sometimes I just go over there and hang out with Michelle just because. So I'm really excited to bring a group of Black women, and particularly Black women over 40 and beyond, to San Miguel de Allende, which I think is one of the most beautiful places in the world, not just in Mexico. And so I think those of you who decide to join us are really going to have a really wonderful time. So as I said before, I will drop a link in my YouTube community tomorrow. And I will also add it to the description of this video. It will be for a wait list. So if you are interested in signing up, we will be taking 12 people. And Casa ELM is, if you want to stay at Casa ELM, I think, Michelle, we're going to be able to accommodate how many single occupancy at Casa ELM?
We'll be able to accommodate 3 if we do one of the rooms as a double occupancy,
or 4.
Or 4. Yeah.
Right. So if you want to stay at Casa ELM, 4 people will be able to stay there single, or 6 if one person does double occupancy. If 2 people do double occupancy, and then everyone else, I will share information about hotel accommodations in San Miguel for everyone else that will join us, who will not be staying at Casa ELM, but we will be doing a lot of activities from Casa ELM. And we'll be meeting up there a lot to do things and meet up there to go other places and so on. And we will be having our signature event, which is the Day of the Dead celebration and party there on the last day of the trip. So we definitely want to make sure that I tell people that, so that they know if they want to stay at Casa ELM, that they need to book as soon as the link drops, because I know those rooms are going to go fast. So I
Yes.
just want you, and Casa Elm is where I would want to be, honestly. And there are lots of wonderful, beautiful hotels in San Miguel, and I'll be sharing more about that. But because everything is going to happen at Casa Elm, I think, especially the party, not everything, but a lot of things are going to happen at Casa Elm. I think that the people who stay there will have an especially unique experience. And
Mhm.
so I very much want to be clear that it is going to accommodate about up to 6 guests.
Mhm.
Um, and the other 6 guests would need to stay in a hotel, and I will share recommendations around that, and information in the itinerary about that. But I want to make sure you know that if you want to stay at Casa Elm, when the link drops, don't be tardy to the party, is all I'm going to say. Say to me about it after. Okay, all right.
That's funny. No, that's true. I think that one of the things I can say in regard to people staying here, it's always a vibe because there's so much sisterhood and we just hang out, you know. I did a meetup a couple weeks ago, almost a month ago now, and it was kind of the same setup. But the point of saying that is on the last evening, I said, okay, we had brunch and I said, okay, let's invite everyone over. And no one wanted to leave. We're all in the living room hanging out, and I was exhausted. Really, really enjoyed everyone's company, and it was just so sweet. And when people were leaving, I mean, we had so many tears and hugs and laughter. So it was just really a beautiful time. And I think that that's a part of like the great energy that happens here when people come together in this space. And I'm so grateful for it. So I look forward to hosting you guys,
And it's
ladies.
and Michelle is truly the hostess with the mostest. I will give her that. She's much more patient than me. I'm gonna just put that out there. So she is just an amazing host, and I get to see her and observe her hosting the ladies all the time that come to the guest house. So it's a really lovely place to be, and I also very much look forward to the welcome dinners because Michelle throws like the best dinners at Casa Elm, like for real, for real. So
Thank
that was one of the things I was like, we have to host the welcome dinner at Casa Elm because we know she's gonna be throwing, she and Sandra are gonna be throwing down with in the people. So
me.
I'm very excited about that as well. And we're
Yeah.
gonna be an authentic Mexican dinner for
Yes.
folks. That is like a regional Mexican dinner for the area that we're going to be in. So I also think that's going to be a really wonderful experience for the
Yes.
people who come on this meetup. So that was the big announcement that I wanted to share. I'm very happy about it. I'm
Yes.
very excited about it because it's definitely something that I have wanted to do for a minute.
Yes.
But I've been very busy, as Michelle has said. I have not been around, so haven't had really had time to really think through what I wanted to do until recently. But I'm really happy that I'm able to have the conversation with Michelle, and we were able to like sit on the phone and like figured it all out in one call.
Yes.
A long call, but a call that we
We did.
finally like sit down and be like, okay, this is what we want to do. Because there's so many things to do in San Miguel, and we
Yes.
had to like figure out what we could actually get done in like
Right.
a 4 or 6 day period because there's a lot. And there are things that I want to do that we're not going to be able to do because literally Michelle was like, yeah, we can't squeeze that in. Yeah. I was like, yeah,
But
we
you
can't.
know, I want to say this, if you want to stay longer, you can stay longer, you can extend your stay. I do accommodate people for single accommodations, just, you know, as a solo traveler, and you can stay extra time and do the extra things if you'd like. There is a lot to do here, but, you know, you also want to make sure there's enough time for people to take a breath in and out as well, because we
Yeah,
could really overload you with all the cool stuff that we get to experience regularly. But I think the itinerary that we have is really beautiful and amazing. There's some relaxation in there. There's some classy things in there. There's festive things in there. So we're going to have an amazing time, I'm sure.
we will. So if does anyone have any questions? Aaliyah J is in Merida. Okay, hi there.
Hi,
Does anyone have any questions? I
hi,
think I
Denny.
can see everybody.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Kenya.
I
Great.
don't think so. So if there are no questions, we're going to sign off. If you have questions, you can still drop comments later in this video, and I will do my best to respond to them. I will
No,
share information in the itinerary about where you should fly into and all of that. I will say the best airport from my perspective is QRO, and that is the airport that we're going to tell people to fly into. You can also fly into Lyon, but I would recommend flying into QRO. And
And
the dates are October 29 to November 3rd.
yep.
Okay, so I will drop a wait list by tomorrow into this description as well as in my YouTube community. And I'm also happy to answer any questions. You can drop them into the comments of this video if you're watching it later. And I will answer them. And just make sure that once the itinerary, like the formal link for booking drops, and I will send information about when people can expect to get that in the wait list, to the wait list. That you book, especially if you want to get into Casa ELM. Okay. But but even if you don't make it into Casa ELM, there are lots of wonderful hotels. And I
Right.
will talk more about hotel accommodations after the itinerary is shared with everybody. No spouses. That is correct. This is Black women over 40. BaldGirlWillTravel. No spouses. No, it's complicated. No pets. No children.
No children, no grandmoms, no
No
grandpa.
grandma.
No, well, grandma can come.
Moms can come. Moms
Can,
can come. Moms have been on my trips. I love moms, actually.
that's
Moms
true.
are definitely welcome, but no children under 18 and no pets. I mean, you could bring your pet and leave them in the hotel room, but no pets on the excursions and no spouses. I mean, spouse in the hotel, as long as I don't see them, it doesn't matter. But they can't come on any of the excursions, but you can bring your spouse and have them hang out in the hotel with you if you want to. I mean, I don't tell people they can't bring them. They're just not part of the trip.
Right.
But if
And
you
also,
stash
I also,
fine.
the what?
You can stash your spouse at the hotel. There's plenty of things to do in San Miguel. Your spouse might get into more stuff than you do. There's a lot of things to do here, and I will be sharing like a list of activities and things like that that people can do, because there's so many things that we couldn't add every single thing. But for people who want to come early or stay later, I will be sharing like things to do in San Miguel and so on. My favorite restaurants. We can't go to all of them. I'm gonna
Right.
try to squeeze in as many of them as I can, but we can't go to all of them. So
Right.
I was like
But we
putting
can
a
do,
list together that people can refer to do other things, because you will have free time. I'm very much about, for me, these trips are very much about getting Black women to travel and getting you to do things that you probably hadn't thought that you could do on your own. And so I want to bring you to the town, but I always want to make sure people have time to do things on their own, so
yeah.
that if you want to go, and San Miguel is very walkable. There's lots of things that you can see. Do wear comfortable shoes, and I'll share more about that later. But it is a place that you can explore a lot on foot. So it's
Mhm.
definitely a place where you can wander and just find amazing things on your own. So I definitely would encourage you, if you're planning to come, to plan to spend some time on the free time that I will give people each day to do things.
Yes. I want to say too, and we'll talk more. I'm sure there'll be some webinar for the people that sign
Yeah.
up. Plan for the weather, which is not hot and beachy. Just so you know, we're in the mountains. We're going to be in the month of November, or close to the month of November at that time. So just, that's something we'll talk more about later on, but just anticipating that, because I know sometimes we like to go out and buy things according to what we think that area or place is going to be. And yeah, you see, I got a sweater on. It can be a little chilly. And then also, if you have any questions about anything to do with the trip, Anne Marie is going to be the contact, because she's setting everything up on her page and things like that. So, there won't be like kind of like the booking the rooms or whatever through Michelle or Casa ELM. I just wanted to make that clear. It will be at the link with all the details, just like her other trips. And of course, if you have questions for me about the house and the room or something like that, absolutely reach out to me at info@Casa ELM. But if it's to do with like your purchase or anything like that, yes, then you'll
I'm the
talk
person,
to
right?
them. Right. Exactly.
And once you book, you will be linked into a platform where you can send me messages, ask questions, see your reservation, see all those kinds of things. So once you book, you will have access to more information about the trip. And we will host a webinar, like a Zoom call. I always do a Zoom call where you can ask questions, you can get information before you come into town so you know what to expect. We'll have a better idea about weather and things like that, because with climate change, I wish I could say the weather we're having now is the same weather we're going to have next year, but who knows?
We
Who
don't know.
knows?
It's really warm right now.
Last week it was 80 some degrees,
Yeah.
right?
And
This week it's
last
back to
year at
normal.
this time, it was freezing.
Right. So this year it was 80 degrees last week. And then this week it's back to normal. Because I literally put on a t-shirt and some shorts today to go out. And then I looked at the weather and was like, what am I doing? And had to change my clothes. So because the weather is back to 74 degrees, which is what I enjoy. But last week it was 80 something degrees. I mean, it was 80 something degrees on Tuesday, right? Because
Yeah.
I had to put shorts and a t-shirt on to go out on Tuesday. And then today I had to put a little sweatsuit on. So, but ordinarily this time of year, we have what people would consider spring-like weather
Yeah.
during the day, but in the evening you want to have like a sweater or a sweater jacket or something. You don't need like leather or coats or stuff like that. But ordinarily in the evening it gets cooler, so you always want to have like a sweater, a cardigan, a scarf, something like that to wear, especially if you know you're a person. Like I always wear baseball hats because I catch head colds. So it depends on, what your particular situation is, but it's normally like very much like spring weather here
Mhm.
most of the year, except the little really hot summer months that we get, maybe 2 months out of the year, it's like super hot. But the
Yeah.
rest of the time it's like spring. But now with climate change, every now and then a summer day will pop in.
Mhm.
And then it might, maybe by December we'll finally be in the 60s. Because I was like very annoyed on Tuesday when it was 80 something degrees. So because this I like spring weather. This is what I like. I was like, what is happening? So yeah. So that's just a little bit, but we'll talk more in detail about like what to expect, things that you should bring on the trip, all that kind of stuff, as we get closer to the date. And after we know like how many people are coming, we will set up a Zoom call. We'll talk more about the activities and so on and what people should expect and plan for. So I'm
Exactly.
really glad to see so many excited people in the comments. Congratulations on your retirement, Danica.
Yes, I
And
was going to say
hope
that.
you'll be able to
Congrats.
make it.
Yeah.
Um, but I hope many people will, I hope all 12 people, we'll have 12 people with us in
Mhm.
November, and I expect that we will. But I really am excited about sharing that this particular time of year with some like-minded Black women next year, this time. Well, not this time, but this time it'll be over. But I'm really excited about bringing people to town for Day of the Dead. It's something I've always wanted to do, so I'm very, very excited to do it.
Yes.
So are there any other questions? I don't
Kia,
see you guys.
welcome.
I don't know if I can see everybody. Hi there. Yeah, I'm very excited as well because this is something I've thought about for a while. Michelle and I talked about it probably a year or two ago. And
Several times.
we should do it. We should do it. We should do
Yeah.
it.
You
So if
even said to me earlier this year, Michelle, why aren't you doing a San Miguel meetup? And I was like, you're right. I need to put this together. So I'm excited to do this again next year. This event in particular, like I said, it really is special. And I think that at this age, there's probably someone in our life that we've lost that we love. And it's a great time to honor them. So if you are planning to come, and you remember and you have time and you want to, please bring a picture of them or multiple people if that's the case, so we can honor them on that day.
and we will remind you as the date gets closer because that is something that we do want to do and that we want people to participate in if they would like to. So
Yes.
if there are no other questions, and I don't see any more, then we are going to sign off. But thank you guys for joining us on the live. And I'm very happy about all the excitement in the comments. So I hope
Yay.
to see you, meet some of you in person, because some of you I know like across multiple platforms. So it'll be really nice to like meet some of you guys in person in San Miguel. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. So thank you for being on this live.
Hi.
Michelle, thank you for being on this live because Michelle is always busy. So I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next live. I am going to try to do more lives than I have been doing. I've been busy, y'all. I haven't been here, but I'm going to try to do more lives. But as I said, they're not going to be every week, but I'm going to try to do them like twice a month. I still know I need to talk to people about Ireland. I was literally just putting some video around Ireland. I loved Ireland. Ireland was so good. It was so, so good. So I do want to do a live and talk about Ireland because it was amazing. So I will probably try to do one more live before Thanksgiving. If not, it'll be after Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks, right? So
Yes.
maybe it will be, I will try to do one next week and talk about my trip to Ireland, and then I won't be doing another one till after Thanksgiving. So I'll share more about that later. But thanks you guys. Hi Butterfly Effect. Thanks you guys for being here, and we'll share more information really soon. We'll see you guys.
Hi,
Bye.
perfect. Bye. And the cost wasn't shared. Someone
Not
asked.
yet.
Not yet.
We'll
It will be.
we'll share that when we're ready to drop the link for deposits.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Alrighty.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Thanks for coming on. Hi, Carla. Bye, Carla.
Bye.